Hi everyone, Sam here from Mind My Needle. I'm back to check in with you all and give you an update on what I have been doing since I saw you last. Today is Saturday the 2nd of October. I have an empty house this morning, so I thought I'll come in and check in with everyone and let you know what I've been up to. I have some stitching to show you, also some knitting. I have finishes, a few whips and some purchases on both sides, so both stitching and knitting. Just like to say, if you a regular viewer, thank you for coming back and checking out what I have been up to, and if you are new here, welcome. Just a bit about me. I'm based in New Zealand. I actually live in a town called Carterton, which is in the lower North Island near Wellington. I live with my husband and two stepchildren and our 3 crazy cats. My husband is actually at the house today, which is nice. He has gone off to see a mate. My husband has his own YouTube channel with the boys to do with their cars. So he's off filming for that, which is pretty cool. It's quite a successful channel in the terms of New Zealand. So what have I been up to since I saw you last? Well, apart from stitching and knitting and all the travel with work, as some of you know, I travel from Carterton to Wellington, which is an hour and a half on the train each way, 4 times a week. So I get a fair bit of knitting done on the train. I leave my stitching at home now. So apart from all that, I have been studying, and I'm on my 2nd of my 3rd papers needed to get my qualification. So this week I've just done the 2nd quiz on my 2nd paper. So it's just 2 essays to write now, and I'll be done for that. So that should be done in a few weeks. Yay! Work's been crazy as Auckland is now in level 3. I work in the insurance industry, namely health insurance. So with Auckland opening up, everyone's booking their private surgeries or scans or whatever they need. So I work in claims and underwriting, so we're very busy processing all that for everyone. So work has been crazy. That's it about life. Oh, school holidays have started now, so the kids are on holidays for 2 weeks. Yay. Maybe. Right, we'll get straight into what I have. I have some purchases, I have some finishes, I have a fly buzzing around so you can piss off, mate, and I have some whips. So I'm going to mix cross stitch and knitting all in together, so I'll do everything that falls under that category, being whip, stash, finish all at once. So then we'll just move through it all. I will start with finishes. So on my last video, I was knitting the Pirate Cove shawl, which is I done mine in acrylic. It's in 3 different colours, and I'm pleased to say, nope, what's happened there? Please hold cooler. That's come undone. That's not cool. Alright. Right. So this is my Pirate Cove shawl. So it's a triangle shawl. So last time I was up here somewhere. It might help if I showed you the front, not the back, eh? This way up. Yeah, I was down here. You start at this end and knit, stripes. Then you put eyelets in. Then more stripes, and then knit. So I've just done this end, and that's done. I will knit another one. I want a bigger one of these. They're pretty easy to knit. And then I had another start and finish for knitting since I last saw you. I knitted my first pair of socks. These are for me. These are DK Weight. It's a double knit merino socks from, the yarn is from Man-Made Fibres, which is a New Zealand dyer, a male dyer. Colour is crushed velvet. I just followed the pattern from Crazy Sock Lady, and this is it here. The colours pulled a little bit differently. I put down this one from the outside of the ball and then pulled this one from the inside, so just a bit different. And then I followed her pattern and done I think it's a slip stitch heel. So that's cool, that's for me. And that's the knitting finishes. I do have some cross stitch. So I can't remember if I showed this to you last time or if it was finished last time, but I was working on sunflower seeds by stitching with the housewives, and I stitched mine on 16 count chalkboard Ada using the called for colours apart from the pot colour was the call for DMC, that's what it was. So that's my finish. All done. And then I've had another start and finish since I've seen you for cross stitch. Plum Street Samplers, it's a Jack Sweet Shop, the Autumn Tart, and I have finished this. I used a mix of the called for and conversion and DMC. So these are my colours. Just line these all up to show you. These are my fancy floss colours. Some called for, some not. Then I used 2 of the called for DMCs. I stitched mine on a piece of 28 count Lugana by Country Stitch and Limestone, and that's my finish. So it's a, I know it's a bit hard to see, but that's a pumpkin. The fabric's not plain white, so I thought it'll be fine on that. Bloody flies back. This looks like it's blue, dark blue, but it's carriage black, so it's a blue black. I made some creative counting errors, but oh well. And those are my finishes. We will do whips. I'll start with my stitching. I have been working on Plum Street Samplers, Blackberry House. This one is stitched on 32 count Queen Anne's lace. I'm using the called for colours, and since I've seen you last, that's it. This piece as a whole, and since I've seen you, I have been filling in this urn. So I filled in this one and this one. It's a bit of a beast. So I just sit there and I fill in a whole thing, and then I go do something else because it kills me. Takes a stitching. So that's been fun. I have also had a new start. This is part of my haul. Where'd it go? Oh, here. I had ordered from 123 Stitch some charts and some thread, which I'll show you shortly. One of them is Plum Street Nightshade Bird. So I'm doing this one on a mix of the called for threads if I had them, which is weeks, or I'm using DMC. And I'm stitching mine on a piece of 28 count Lugana in the colour Silver Birch by Country Stitch, which is the New Zealand fabric dyer, Catherine, that I get my fabric from every month. So that's it, and I just had a little start on the P, and I've got to pull out that one because I screwed it up. So I plan to have this piece finished by the end of October so I can pass on the chart to Judith. I have 2 knitting whips. The first one is my train whip. This is what I take on the train with me. I'm stitching. I am knitting my husband some socks. I am using 2 colours by Man-Made Fibres. I picked these up at the it was Capital Fibre Fest. Excuse me. So the first colour is just a grey, and this is a sock yarn, and the other colour I'm using is, let's get the tag out here, it is called Moody Blues. It is a 80/20 merino nylon, and this is it here. And oh, I bought a knitting bag off Etsy from a lady who is in New Zealand. So I got this, and I purchased another one to keep my needles in, and she sent me a third for free, which is very generous. So this is my sock knitting bag that I take to work, take on the train, and I'm knitting these ones on a US 1.5 2.5mm needle, and this is very much on my husband's sock. I have just started the slip stitch heel. This is again the knitting pattern by Crazy Sock Lady. That's the heel, and I've watched her tutorials on swapping colours. So the cuff is a 1x1 rib, and then 60 rounds for the leg so far, and then I'm just starting on this, and it's on size large for the husband. And the other thing I'm knitting, which is for me, I have started my first jumper. Here it is. Here, I only started this in the week. So this is the Anchor Summer Blouse. It is knitted with DK Weight Prosper yarns, which is a Kiwi dyer again, in the colour Glory. I just went down and picked up 2 more lots of it. So it's all this nice speckled. This is 100% organic merino in DK. And I am onto my 3rd repeat of the 1x1 ribbing, and I've just moved it onto larger cable last night, and it's done on 4mm needles. I love this. It's a real simple pattern to follow. I know how to do ribbing, so it's ribbing, and then I have to learn how to do raglan stitch for the arms, and then it's just straight stockinette stitching or knit stitch, because you knit on the outside, which is for the body. So I have, for the size I'm doing, I have, so that's 1, 2, and I'm on the 3rd repeat. I've got 1 more repeat, and then I do split for the arms, I think. Yeah, split for the arms, and then do the body. So there it is there. So that's what I'm currently working on in knitting. So I need 2 projects, one for the train and one at home. And do haul. I'll do my knitting haul first. I'll just have 4 skeins here of yarn I've picked up to knit more socks. I should really slow down. The first one is Lady Dye's yarn. It is 100% superwash merino fingering weight. I might do a contrasting keel with this because I have other sock yarn I can use. This is in the colourway Ruth. Pretty cool. Or maybe do a shawl with that one. This is 100% superwash merino, again by Lady Di's Yarn, and the colour is Michael B. Yay! Then I picked up alpaca yarns. Is 25% baby alpaca, no, 75% baby alpaca, 25% nylon. It's made in Peru. I don't know the colourway, but it's sock yarn. It's just this blue. There you go. And then I picked up another Prospero Yarns sock, which is an 80/20 superwash merino and nylon. The colour is called Grace's Garden. So yeah. Right, that's all my knitting. Oh, and just got cross stitch left. So in the way of stitching, I still have one package outstanding from 123 Stitch, which is fine. Last week, the other week, I got my Rainbow Club from Catherine at Country Stitch, and the first colour is Drifting Sands. This is 32 count Lugana. It's brown, and then another 32 count Lugana, and the colour Cook Straight, which is this nice blue. And that's the brown one. Very cool. In 123 Stitch order arrived, so I got the Nightshade Bird from Plum Street, and I also got My Peaceful Home. I also picked up Love My Stitching by Hands On Design, and I've changed the colours. I don't want green. That's my maiden name. And then I picked up some cotton petites from Sulky. I picked up, I think this is the Patriotic Collective to do with Hands On Design. I think it's Memorial Day. I just picked up the 3-pack to give them a go. I think I'm going to use these to do, I'm going to restart one of my Jardin Privé patterns, Sampler of Cats. I think that's what it's called. I was originally doing that on 20 count Ada, blue Ada with Gentle Arts Blueberry, I think, and I don't like it. I never pick it up, so I thought I'll redo it and use these instead. But I'll still do it on a smaller count so I can get further with these. So they're the 12 weight, 50 yard spools, machine washable Egyptian cotton. So I've got another pack of Sulky coming that I want to give a go. And that is it. That is everything I have to show. If you can hear that, that's the train. When it's quiet here in Carterton or the wind's blowing a certain way. So at the moment the wind is blowing towards my house. I don't know what direction that is, but you can hear the train. Yeah, I am going to go and put my stuff away. I have told myself in order to be able to touch this, I have to do an hour of stitching and then I can do an hour of knitting, because at the moment I seem just to be drawn towards the knitting. Maybe because it's a new hobby, I don't know. But yeah, so hour of stitching, hour of knitting. So that's what I'm going to do today in between housework. I hope you guys are all well and safe and all the jazz. Thank you for coming and checking out my video, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.